Last time on Lawful Stupid. And so you guys are traveling on the Panda Express, headed towards the northern region. You hit a route that just hard stops, and you Sugar and Spice like almost look whinny as they are yanked backwards, and the cart's like hard stopped against this route. All of a sudden you hear the rumbling of pipes and the almost bestial transformation as Gustum turns into a spotted bull under the cart to kind of raise it up.
Let's go!
Kato and Gus, you guys come back from your hunting. Kato, roll me a perception check.
15.
You hear the scratching of claws against wood. It's coming from the back of the cart. And you see a couple blue-eyed Sylvie like scratching at the back of the Panda Express, but of course they're not able to get these doors open because you guys have fixed the lock. You strike both of these things, your Echo Form pops immediately, and then you take 3 lightning damage. And then these things bolt. You saved your cart. You saved Gustum's cart. The sun rises, and you guys begin day 3. So, ready to travel? Ready to move forward?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, so you guys continue traveling northbound still.
Set the picture for me so I just know what the scenery is like again, because in case I forgot.
Yeah, because it hasn't been 7 millennia since we recorded for sure. Yeah, so you're in thick woods now that you're traveling again. The terrain for the cart is not smooth at all, right? You've been through some rough patches already, kind of taken some dings and scratches. But it is very dense forest right now. That's where you're traveling. Trees you're kind of used to seeing. The trees are pretty tall. They're anywhere from 10 to 15 feet, so it's up there, but the wood itself and the brush is still pretty dense. And it is morning. So you guys traverse, and it takes you quite a while before you break tree line. It's about 4 hours of travel, and to be honest, it is the most excruciating travel because you're constantly having to stop and adjust the wagon and get it through, or the cart. The Panda Express, not the off-road vehicle, as it were. But when you guys do break the tree lines, so when you break the tree line, the thickest part of the forest, I don't mean you suddenly come out into this open, beautiful field. You break through the densest part of this forest. And so there are trees kind of scattered out and around, but in the distance you see a large, mountain. I don't want to say mountain, that's not right. Like a large hill, like a mound that spans easily 30-40 feet in the air, kind of slow slope building up. And so you continue forward.
Wait a minute. Is there a body of water nearby?
Not that you can see from here.
Not that I can see from here.
But this is the direction we want to go because it's towards some mountainy thing we wanted to go to.
Yeah, I remember something sticks out in my head about like a big mountainy thing.
Yes, there is a door that should be near here.
Yeah,
or a cavern.
but I thought it was by a lake, by a mountain.
Maybe it is on the other side.
Could be. Yeah.
The higher vantage point might prove better for us.
Yes, to the precipice.
There you go.
To the what?
Precipice. The top. Forward. March.
All right, yeah.
And so you guys push forward. It is about another hour before you hit the base of this hill. And once you guys start moving up the hill, it's at a steepish incline. Sugar and Spice definitely working a little bit harder to pull the car up the hill. But after about another 30 minutes to an hour, you guys are able to get higher up and you're starting to see the tops of the trees. So you're starting to get a good horizon view. And so about another 30 minutes or so pass and you're able to make it what you believe is the top of this mound.
And do I see a body of water in the near surroundings?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
This is my perception. All right, let's see. Okay, it's a flat 20 for me. Gonna roll that. That is an 8.
Yeah, so you don't see a body of water, but you do see like a clearing in the trees to the northeast.
Ooh, I perceive a clearing that might house a body of water.
Oh, nice.
Cool. That sounds decent.
It is what we require, correct? Body of water near the target.
Yeah, I think that does sound right to me, if I recall correctly. I'm looking through my notes. Yeah. So, are we gonna just head that way, or?
Yes. If that's okay with Sugar and Spice, of course.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I assume that means they concur.
I forgot I was Sugar and Spice. I forgot I have this love letter to them.
I'm just trying to include you in the podcast, Wayne.
It's been too
I
long.
want you to
No,
be
it's
here.
fine. It's fine. Don't worry. When you all die, it's Sugar and Spice podcast. We talked about this.
Oh, we know.
I'll still be here.
It's just to listen.
Just to listen.
Yeah, I'll become a patron.
You can't stop me. I'll give you my money.
You start forward and you notice quickly that this hill, as you're kind of like roaming down the slope, has like a sudden edge. Like if you go forward, you go over. It is no longer a slope down.
Stop.
I cast Screet.
Yeah, you hit the e-brake on Panda Express.
I'd like to
Just do like a drift.
hop out and peer over the cliff.
You do.
And what do I say? How far down is it? I mean, I imagine it's as far down as we came up, right? From the other side?
About 30, 40 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Give or take. And when you peer down, you are able to see a large door.
Eureka, everyone. We seem to have found the door that we were looking for. We should maybe go around, however.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look around because I feel like I can't trust your eyeballs. You notice where the water is, but
These are
not a
purely
steep
aesthetic.
drop.
I don't trust them either.
Been looking to get some new ones and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to
Roll
find
a
a way
perception
down
check.
without earners. Okay.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
That's a 9.
You have every point you can possibly put into perception in perception. You rolled a 9 today?
Don't you think
I
a passive
know.
perception
For
that's
sure.
higher?
Passive perception
Yeah, I
is double
do.
that.
So
I'm surprised
with
you didn't
the
ask me to
9
roll a survival.
Yeah.
Hey, Dwayne, do you
With
mind if
the-
I
no,
roll a
it's
survival
perception.
to see if I can find like the clearest path to safety?
Yeah, sure.
To safety, he
I
says,
don't-
not down.
Yeah,
Yeah, to safety. It's over the edge. Here comes
as
the
long
wolf.
as it's safe.
No, with the 9, you see a clearing as well. And you don't discern like a safe path down over the edge.
I didn't roll anything, but fair enough. Oh,
That was for my 9.
I think we
That was for her
you said
9, yeah.
discern a safe path, and I specifically said I wanted to find a safe. You don't worry about it.
Yeah. We'll get you.
Yeah, no, she'll look around, kind of like briefly, and cross her hands, like, nope, doesn't seem good either way.
Gus rolled a 24.
Yeah, with the 24, you take a stock of the mound you're on, the giant hill you're on, and you determine the best way to get to that door is down the way you came, or the left or the right, the east or the west, and then kind of make your way around.
Yeah, alright, well, we're just gonna head on back this way and loop around and we'll get to that door.
I cannot stand to backtrack. Can we instead go the opposite way and then come back?
We can go to the east or the west, or back the way we came.
Whatever you think is correct.
Let's go east. East.
Sounds great. Mush mush.
Yeah, so you pull the cart around and you guys head east and head down this mound. Heading down is a little bit trickier than heading up, right? So now they're trying to avoid the cart kind of running them over. But yeah, they make it down because there's some steeper spots. The cart kind of slides and they kind of whinny a little bit. And so once you make it down, again, it's another hour and a half. You're able to start making your way around the mound itself. And what you notice about the mound is there's parts of it that are the mound itself is mostly grass, like it's a hillside of grass that's grown on top of this mound, and then there's parts that are just dead grass and like rocky terrain. It very much sticks out as weird, but they're like harsh areas of the mound as you're passing by. And then you have the occasional tree and stuff like that. And the weird thing that you notice is like nature being how nature is. Some of these trees have like intertwined their branches into parts on the mound. But once you come around, you're able to see this rather large door that's about 20 feet tall, 20 feet wide. That's kind of built into this mound. Oh, 20 is too low. Excuse me. My notes say 30 feet.
Well, Kato, you're the expert when it comes to like doors and stuff, right?
Absolutely. And I will confidently approach this door and I'm going to like first span my arms out. How wide is the door compared to me, like my wingspan?
It's 20 feet. The door is 20 feet wide, 30 feet tall. And as you approach the door, you notice at the bottom, there's like a 3-foot crack at the bottom, separating the door from the ground, as if it was left ajar.
Crack. From the bottom of door to ground. Is there any... I'm going to like see that as I'm doing wingspan, and then I will peer down as if to look under the door.
And you do. You look under the door, and it's darkness.
And then are there any specific engravings on the door? Is it like planked, or is it metal? What is the material? What do I perceive it to be?
It's a metal nature and door, and it's ornate in design. Kato, as you're kind of looking over it, there's almost like this this artwork tapestry that doesn't really make sense to you, right? It's symbols and like imagery that doesn't resonate to your body, but then kind of dead center in the door, your eyes come across like a text that you don't really understand. And then do me a favor, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Great. 1 second here. Not bad. That's 16.
Yeah, so with a 16, your eyes, they scan over this text, right? This thing that doesn't really resonate. It doesn't make sense. It's letters you've seen, but they don't make sense. And so all of a sudden your body just kind of like shakes a little bit, and Gustum and Darlin, you guys see like sizzling kind of pull behind his brain and some smoke trickle up into the air. Kato, these letters that no longer made sense, you're able to translate them. And the translation that you are able to read is sealed. The word sealed.
Can you spell that for me, please?
S-E-A-L-E-D. Yeah, sealed. It translates to common as sealed.
Yeah, it's funny. In the original language, it means like closer to clench your butt cheeks. But
yeah, but it just doesn't translate well.
It doesn't make it so like in common. It means sealed.
It means sealed. Yeah, that's
sealed or
true.
Locked.
Does this hurt me in some way or no?
It doesn't hurt you. I mean, it makes you feel uncomfortable. You don't take HP damage, but you are definitely uncomfortable with this experience.
Hey, Kato. Your head's smoky.
It does that when I'm overclocking and thinking a bit too much from time to time.
Oh, mine too.
This door says sealed.
Oh, that's good.
Do I happen to know what I'm reading in? Does anyone else recognize like what I'm reading?
I don't know. Let me look. Does my head explode?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Both your heads explode. Game
Oh,
over.
fuck.
It's over.
Now there's
We're
only
done.
you.
And
no,
you
you guys don't
and two
recognize it.
donkeys.
That's true. No, you guys do not recognize the language.
No, those are a bunch of squiggles.
No.
Well, perhaps it is worth trying to solve the riddle of these others. I don't know if there's some way that I can take note of what these letters are and maybe for later
Yeah.
have them written down to solve some other things.
I can get that for you. Devin, on your character sheet, you have a secondary language that you have chosen. Do me a favor and replace that language with Qiojib, and I'm going to send you the title.
You forgot a language.
So
Learned
as
a whole
your
new one.
oh, I guess it's Blamian, but is your language. And so Devin, you'll notice that, or you'll feel something feels just a little more connected inside of you.
Ooh. New language. Feel more whole. Okay. Very cool. And how are we saying we're going to pronounce that? I don't know that it matters necessarily.
Hold on, I had to pronounce it up. Qiojib. Here, I'll send it. Is it
Yasbomian? Yasbomian?
Qiojib.
Well, that one hurts me. That actually makes me feel
Yes.
less whole the way that
Say,
the
okay, do me a favor.
Guam.
Guam.
Say Guam. You know, like Guam.
I'm not doing it. I know you're gonna try to trick me into saying it.
No, I'm really.
Right now.
I'm just gonna have you say
Qiojib.
Guam.
Qiojib. It's like a weird yes bomb.
Guam.
Yes bomb.
It's almost like saying yes, ma'am.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's like a wash bomb.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And my head, I don't know if it's still smoking, but I'll step away. Maybe eyes change color for a moment. From like a white to an orange back to blue. Well, I'm not sure what to do from here. To unseal the door.
Well, is that something that we like want to do? Isn't like the doors? Are that where all those spooky demons came from that you were like running around fighting?
Yes, but who's to say that the
No.
demons hadn't infected other worlds and came through
No.
doors? Some
Kato.
of these places probably have.
You've seen
other
you've seen doors,
great
Kato?
things.
Sorry to interrupt, but you've seen doors, Kato? This is not one of those doors.
Oh, this is a different kind of door.
What? Okay, I guess we would say what would denote it differently. Like, what would be obvious that it's like this is not the same?
So the fiend doors, they're like ornate in design as well, but they're all the same color, the same scheme for the most part. They all have the same runes and hieroglyphics that denote a door to another realm. And the couple doors you've seen have all looked the same. Some more weathered than others, some more battle damaged than others, but they all have the same, and varying in size, right? But they all have the rough same design. This is nothing like that.
Okay, well, with knowing that, I might actually be a little more intrigued by it and kind of like rubbing those symbols and say, no, this is unlike any of the doors I've encountered.
Okay, but like, do we still know that means it's good to open it? Like, maybe we should get Stomp's feedback. Stomp would know.
Indeed. And indigenous peoples who might have known where this door leads.
So if I wasn't clear before, because it sounds like I wasn't, the door is ajar 3 feet from the ground.
Yeah, Darling's just gonna kind of like.
It says sealed, but it's. When you say 3 feet from the ground, do you mean it's like there's a 3 foot gap in this giant door?
Yes. No, I mean the door has been raised 3 feet and it is open.
Oh, it
I was thinking like sometimes when I go take a poop, my kids put their fingers underneath the door and I see their fingers.
We're talking,
and I thought, like, can I do that?
We're talking like a garage door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I will go belly.
I'm vibing now.
Yeah, I'll go belly and go, I must know what is inside.
Yeah, Darling would just tilt over to the side to look under.
You see darkness.
Here, tie this rope to my foot.
I am certain the Gus is taller than 3 foot laying on his back.
You gotta squeeze.
Breathe in.
Well,
Gus, please lose some weight so you can help me on these missions.
I'm very healthy, thank you so much.
But everybody put oil on Gus, slide him through there.
Put oil him up.
Oil up Gussie boy.
Perhaps we'll find, I don't know, a note from Toddy somewhere.
When I get down on my hands and my knees to try to crawl through this tiny itty bitty space that no one should ever be able to fit through, with my dark vision eyes, do I see anything inside this place?
You see the corridor, which is like a cavernous wall, but outside of that, no. And that's with 60 feet of range, right?
Spooky hallway? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'm coming. Here we go.
Right, so I'm climbing in. I'm like army crawling.
I have to think skinny thoughts, but I make it through.
You're doing great, brother. Keep it up.
Heave your way. Some slide under the door, some a little bit more gracefully than others, some force their way in. But you guys all make it to the other side. Yeah, and it is pitch black. So I believe Devin's the only one without dark vision. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use dancing lights to add more fun to the party.
It's better to be able to see because, like, there's certain things you can't see in dark vision, like color, for example.
Yeah. You also can't be seen without lights as well.
I'm covered in pots and pans. Let's go.
Ching, 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 ching.
I'm not.
You ruin every mission.
So you guys, dancing lights is what, 20 feet of light? If you spread it out,
you can set them to be like in a line to give you
right,
quite a bit of distance.
4 torch-sized lights within range. They'll be like little will-o-wisp things in blue, because that's how she do. Each with a 10-foot radius, and it looks like it means each one of them has to be 20 feet within each other. And yes, so she's gonna have them like four cornered in front of them. Yeah.
I totally get it. That's exactly what my brain thought. Put them in a box. Nobody puts Darling in a box, but Darling puts boxes. Anyways, so you march forward, and this cavernous wall, it definitely looks carved in appearance as these blue flames kind of dance and the light shines off the wall. It was definitely created on purpose. It was not like nature's creation, if that makes sense, right? Like a natural cave. So you guys walk, and it is silent, save the sound of clickety clackety pots and pans as Gus walks and travels. And you guys walk into this cavern. All right. So since you guys have nothing, we will.
I'm just taking
What
it in. I'm
do I
thinking.
see in the cavern when we get in there?
Just checking.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yeah,
'cause
what's
it's a
on the
longer
walls?
walk.
Okay, I see. No, I. Gee, guys, sure is spooky.
just gave a pause for roleplay.
Will you keep it down? The element of surprise will never be our friend with those pots and pans clickety-clacketing every time we go somewhere.
Why would I want to surprise somebody?
I don't know. The enemy is always looking for an attempt to surprise you with death.
What enemy?
Destruction.
Like, what are you talking about?
Dismemberment.
What enemies you got,
Yeah.
my guy? I ain't got no enemies.
This place does not look like we are welcomed here.
Why was the door open then?
Yeah.
Someone snuck in and left the door
Yeah.
open behind them like an irresponsible toddler.
Like father, perhaps?
Sounds like some dad would probably do that.
Have you ever known Dad to leave a door open? Do you remember when we had AC, central heat and air in the house?
And he says,
And
I'm not cooling this entire neighborhood.
And you would walk out the door, and before you could even shut it, without leaving it open, he would yell at you. There's no way that he left this door open.
Okay, you burned a flashback on that, but that's fine.
You for sure know that.
If you touch the thermostat.
He would never, that's the thing, he never leaves the door open. I give him that
The
trait.
airflow in our house is different than an airflow in whoever's house this is.
Kato
Okay,
says,
all right,
"No,
all right.
I remember Dad wouldn't leave doors open. We don't have to explore here. This isn't where we need to be."
I'm not gonna, if we see a reason to be sneaky, I'll be sneaky.
Agreeable.
And so after about 30 minutes of walking, you guys come across a staircase that goes across the length of the wall. The length, it's in front of you, but it goes from wall to wall. And you guys have the option of descending down this staircase. And it's a wide staircase, almost like when you come off like a Capitol Hill, like a big building. It's a long staircase down a hill, leading you into the subterranean.
Well, do you guys want to go down, or should we go back and take care of your friend Stom? Because this might
Well,
be...
we have the meeting at a set time, and I don't know how many. I don't know. I'm confused on the timeline, frankly.
3 days from
'cause I
now.
don't know how many. 3 days. So we have 3 days to get to Stom, and he's like a day-ish away from us right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because that's
So
what's
we
at the
don't-
lake. You kept being like, "Oh, the body of water, the body of water."
The lake,
You're meeting
the
with
lake,
Stom.
Yeah, it was at the lake. So we can keep looking. We got time. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, Darling's just going to charge on ahead then.
Yeah, let's just see what we see. We can always leave if it gets spooky.
Yep. All right. So you guys push forward down the stairs, and these stairs are carved out of the ground, the earth. They're not cobblestone. They're not laid over. It is just earth, cold earth, or Goron. As you walk down, and it is a trek. But as you walk down, you're with the lights. You've been able to see, for a while, just like the cavern that was kind of carved, and the under earth, like the dirt and tree branches and stuff like that, or the roots that naturally kind of will end up coming out of the ground. As you go, that kind of changes to rock, and eventually you don't see it anymore. It becomes darkness, this open area. And after about 15 or so minutes, you descend. You hit this flat level, like you've hit the end of the stairs, and you're able to move forward. And as you hit this portion, on the left and the right, you no longer have walls, like cavernous walls. It's almost like you've opened up in this larger expanse from your vantage point.
It extends beyond the reach of my dark vision.
Yes.
I don't see like a wall or anything. I see just like
On the left and the
60
right,
feet
I
of
mean-
darkness past the light.
Let me be clear. The left and right, where like when you hit the stairs, there's like the walls that were guarding the stairs, right? There's walls there running east and west, but if you were to walk forward, you're not in a corridor anymore that you can tell. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't see where. So to my east and the west, the two walls I see jutting like the exterior wall that I'm coming through an entrance. The east and the west, I don't see where those connect. I just see that
Correct.
those walls extend as far as my eyes can see
Yes.
in all directions. Okay.
Has there been any signs of like places for a torch along the walls as we were walking, or like, I don't know, how would they light this place?
No, you have not seen signs of sconces.
And have I seen any more of that writing with on the walls?
No.
Could I please make a sniff check?
Yeah, what do you
I would like to do a perception check. I'm smelling for anything that's like chemically that might be like a source of like torches, like something that burns to light this place.
Okay.
And I'm also smelling for life.
Okay.
Anything that smells
Roll a
alive.
sniff check. Roll an
Or
investigation.
I guess what to get into the further that as well as like I guess waste that is indicative of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll an investigation
Anyway.
check. Use your sniffers.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm. You're investigating something very specifically.
We got it. That is a 6, sir.
Damn, that was such a good opportunity. There are things that you smell that are familiar to you, but you don't place whether it's like life, whether it's just the soil there, but it definitely it is hauntingly familiar. And it's forward. It's north of you.
There's
Oh, I guess it's south
there's
of
something
you,
out there.
but whatever.
They're ahead of me.
Yeah, ahead of you.
There's something in there, but I don't know what it is, man.
Well, I guess.
Is it worth being quiet for?
No.
Well, I can always.
Perhaps you should walk further away from us so the clickety clanks are drawn to that. We can save you when it attacks, whatever it might be.
You would like to use me as a trap?
Bait.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Sounds good. I'll start to drift off to the outside of the light that is being cast, and kind of start to wander and create. And I'm looking and I'm sniffing.
Yeah. And so you do. You push forward.
And I will put an echo out behind him.
Okay. So there's this soft glow of a spirit. But your echo can only go 15 feet, and he's leaving the light, which is 30 feet.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be between us and him then.
So it just stops at 15 feet. Got it. So yeah, you, Kato, you see Gustum vanish into the darkness, and Darlin, you're able to see this black and white figure of Gustum kind of just jaunting forward, just giving a sniff here or there. Gus, as you proceed forward, how far do you go until you think enough is enough?
I think I want to pick specifically. I'll go east for the sake of picking one, and I want to go and see if I can see where that wall connects. Like, because I'm going to follow the wall on our side and see if I can see where that leads anywhere.
Yeah, how far do you want to go? Just go until you see the wall?
I would go as far as 50 feet before I felt any hesitation.
Okay. So you walk 50 feet, and you still don't see a wall to the east.
Now with hesitation, I will continue forward another 25 feet.
Yeah, so with hesitation, the pots and pans slack less and less, giving away less of where you are. And after about another 25 feet, you can see not like the eastern wall, but you can see like a slanted wall. So it's not like a hard eastern wall, but you can tell that you're finding some type of edge, some type of end to this.
Yeah, let me get a little bit closer to that and see if I can see what I can see.
Yeah, you push forward, and as you push forward another 10, 15, 20 feet, you can kind of see where the cavern at an angle is like expanding. right? So it has opened up into this
It's
larger
opening
area.
up more.
What?
Yeah. It's opening up. So, like, we came into one opening, and this is another opening.
Well, this isn't like a different door or anything else. You're just seeing the...
No, I get you.
Yeah.
It's just how we came out to the first point, and there was, like, east-west. This gets wider. Presumably on the other side, after a great expanse, there's where the other side of this is, and it opens up. I'm getting the mental image, I think.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back and try the opposite way. I'll try west, and I'll just be like, "Oh, it gets bigger."
Yeah, so after a little bit, Kato and Darling, you start to hear the pots and pans a little bit louder, and Gustum kind of shows up the light, makes his comment, and then vanishes in the light again. And you, same deal, 50 feet before nervous?
Yeah, before I even would hesitate.
Okay, yeah, you go 50 feet.
I walk boldly for 50
no
feet.
wall.
Yeah, about 25 more, but with hesitation.
So with a little bit more silence on your pots and pans, you creep forward 25 feet, and you don't see a wall.
Ooh. I'll go 25 more.
Yeah, so you push forward 25 feet, and you're able to see just a small piece of expanding wall.
I see. I'm heading back.
Yeah. So after some time, you hear the clickety-clack as Gustum returns to the light.
All right, so mixed success. So nothing attacked me in the darkness, which was nice. I frankly was expecting it. But it seems like I went that way, and then I went that way, and it just gets bigger.
Should we perhaps follow the wall instead of out in the middle?
I mean, we could do that, but like it just gets big. Like how big is it? You know, and like it's all dark. Like, is this the spot for us? Maybe this is maybe not the spot for us.
Well, we haven't heard or seen anything yet.
You're right. I'm being a big old scaredy bear. Let's go. You convinced me.
Scaredy bear.
What?
I have this image of Gustum like shifting into a panda when he says that. Yeah, you're right. I'm being a big old scaredy bear. Boop. It's a shame that Wild Shape
I'm a bit of a cartoon character of a man.
So you guys want to march forward, east, west?
I'm right behind Darling. Wherever Darling's going, that's where I'm going. She convinced me.
She's gonna vote for going towards the wall, or at least tracing the wall outline,
Sick.
rather than.
I'm not leaving the light, so I will follow you.
Double sick.
Yeah. So east or west, Darling?
Let's go east.
East or west, darling. It don't matter where you roam. Anyway, sorry.
Don't let me stop you. So you go east, and after a little bit, you kind of catch the wall, where you see it start to like curve and expand, and so you guys follow that wall, and you guys walk for what feels like 20, maybe 30 minutes. It's really hard to say when your senses start to get stripped. Right, you're in this darkness, and it is quiet, save the sound of pots and pans and your own footsteps. After about 20-30 minutes of walking, Gus and Darling, you're able to see in the distance, because here's the thing, dark vision is so fucking stupid. It like, in my mind, it's like a video game where stuff starts rendering, and that's dumb. You're able to start seeing these buildings past your 60 feet because that's fucking silly. But they're obscured. But you can see what look like buildings.
Those buildings?
Those look like buildings.
You see structures?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting close.
Like a little village of mole people.
Are they tiny buildings?
It's hard to tell because they're far away, so they kind of look tiny, yeah.
Yeah,
That sometimes when stuff looks small, it's actually far away, dude.
Could also be
So-
very, very big.
But you can't see that far, correct? In the darkness? So
I
it must
can see.
be.
I can see stuff.
So are they mole people or not?
Let me do a sniff check. Can I smell any mole people?
Yeah, roll it for me.
Roll a mole people check.
Investigation for mole people with my nose. That is a 12, sir.
Yeah, you are very confident there is no mole people here.
I thought he was going the other way.
Hey guys, I maybe got a little bit hasty with the mole people.
Abandoned?
Yeah, maybe we're gonna get close. We're gonna have to go find out.
What would live in utter darkness and be thriving there?
Bat people.
Well, I think the better question is what's out there that would make you want to live down here behind that big old door?
Or what used to live here?
Yeah.
Well,
When you think of it like this, that door was a door to leave out instead of come in. So perhaps we shouldn't have come here at all. But here we are.
It said, see, I don't know. Let's just see what we see.
We must press on.
could I do a sniff check for, I don't know, like signs of people, like cooking, fires, water, that kind of thing?
No, because I'm just going to tell you, from this
Okay.
distance, you don't see signs of life.
Okay. Yeah. We gotta get closer.
Going to get closer.
Now, when we get
but that's
closer,
what I'd like to
yeah,
do.
when you get closer, I will happily let you make that roll. Why waste your time? So you guys march forward, and as you guys walk forward, you see more buildings, kind of forming a small town.
Am I starting to be able to see any kind of architecture? Like, are they getting enough shape where I can kind of see what kind of buildings they are, what structures?
You are. You're seeing the architecture of these buildings and these homes, and to describe the architecture to you would require like a historical vocabulary that Gustum doesn't have. These are buildings that are not traditional in any sense. They
don't look like anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah, the majority of them have four walls, but their shapes are a little different. Some of them, from where you can see, just have open doorways instead of doors, or open windows. Almost a little more primitive. But at the same time, you can kind of see there's, you know enough about towns, the way they're arranged, there's some thought to them. It's not like a thoughtless.
They weren't just thrown around.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody was like, "This is where we'll put the water." And
exactly. You can tell that there was design behind the town that you're
Got it.
approaching. And so as you approach, Darlin, if you want to do a sniff check, and you're looking for like signs of cooking, looking for smells of food.
So perception?
Yeah, the perception. You're doing a general search.
That's another 9. D&D Beyond does not like me today.
This town feels and smells dead to the world to you.
That musky dusk smell, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like much.
So you guys... Go ahead.
Doesn't seem like much is out here. If Toddy found anything here, it's perhaps hidden.
yeah, it could be. Yeah, I don't know. We have no idea. There's. I mean, I guess I haven't asked specifically, but I feel like it would have been like. There's not. We haven't seen signs of like anybody else here. Like, are we like
Right.
creating new footprints in the dust?
Yeah, you haven't seen signs of travel. There's no footprints that have been been laid out for you. There's not signs of travel. There's no path that you could have like seen. There wasn't like a direct path, like a carved path that was meant for travel. Again, it is dead quiet. Your voice is almost vanish into the expanse. You know what I mean? They don't echo. They feel very small. So do you guys want to push forward into the town?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm super interested.
I really want to shout hello and hear the echo. And that's good. I'm doing it. Anybody hungry?
And you guys hear Gustum's voice project forward into the darkness. And then a little bit later, you kind of hear it echo back very faintly.
They want to know if we're hungry too.
That's what it sounds like.
Does it sound like anything I can hear?
Your voice echoed back.
Oh, my own voice. Okay.
Yeah, it just took a while. Yeah.
I see. I guess we can leave. Nobody here wants any of my food.
Oh, I do, but I would like to explore a little bit
Well.
first.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys push forward into the town, and again, it's arranged quite well as far as towns go. You can tell there's some thought put into it. And in the center, there's what looks like it might be a water fountain. It's got a wide base. There's like a spiral structure in the center, but it's dry at the bottom of this, where you normally would have water. And as you guys meet this fountain of sorts, your eyes kind of scan across, and what you guys, Darling and Gustum, see in the distance, you finally see the back wall of this place. You're able to see it as there's rows of these houses. And in the back wall, there is what can only be described as a 2.5-story temple with these very unique statues along the back of them. And that's where we'll end this episode.
Dadgummit, Dwayne.
Papa always said, don't go disturbing old gods.
Yeah, we're about to unearth some unfun things. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Big creepy vibes in here. Big creepy vibes.
It is very creepy. I can't wait for the music to get set behind this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ginger's gonna have a field day, and it's just.
Alright. So,
Any more, and we'll get sued.
Shane, if you will do me the greatest of honors, and you will do a roll for humanity for
Boot Scootin' Boogie. The boot
first
warehouse.
book, it looks like. Yeah, first
First book!
book.
Of course, I will do a roll for first book right now. First book, really great organization, promotes literacy, helps kids have access to books and materials they need to read, which is a fundamental lifelong skill for any informed populace. And I rolled a 9, so $9 going to first book. Why don't you go ahead and join us and see what you roll?
That's a lot of 9s this episode.
99999.
Well, to be fair, yours were modded. Mine's a natural 9. It's just
Still.
a modifier on the roll for humanity. I don't know. I think you're rolling a lot of 9s on your perception, but you have a plus 47 too. Which is confusing.
Where do you beyond at
That
this
is your
point?
fault, dude.
Before I give you guys your quote of wisdom, we have a 5-star review that I've been meaning to bring up for multiple episodes. Cool. This review is from Sojin Cookie, and the title is Very Binge-Worthy. Hey, Lawful Stupid Army. I joined your ranks earlier this week and love it. I had to stay home from work today, and I'm happy to say that this increases my LS time by a lot. These guys are super funny, knowledgeable about the game, and easy to visualize. I especially love the way the DM just rolls with everything so smoothly. Often I'm expecting him to need to pause and come up with an idea on how to react. But so far, nope. He continues to deal out homebrew creativity and care for his players. I say care for the players, but not their characters necessarily. Some of these scraps are just so desperate and ugly, and I'm excited to see how they get through and what comes next. That's got to be about campaign 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine, but then he immediately said was good with rules, and I was like, that rules me out.
No, that's campaign 1 stuff. That's
So
for
desperate and ugly? No. I just imagine Delmore getting his teeth pulled.
This is somebody wrote this review after the frickin' Reclaimer fight. I promise you.
Fin soup. Need I say more?
That's not, I'm not saying that's not brutal. I'm just saying that this I think is about to win.
What if you just share it and it's all about all of you?
What if we take a poll? Like, you put that review in and have people take a poll of what campaign it is.
We could track down the reviewer.
And kill them.
They're listening to this right now, ostensibly, if they stuck with us. Okay. Hey, reviewer, get out.
Show yourself.
Join our Discord. Tell us.
Tell us who you're talking about. Which campaign is this? Is it all of them? Is it just all of them?
Maybe it is. Hey, let's do your quote of wisdom. So, your quote of wisdom is going to come from Martin Luther King Jr.
Never heard of him.
Yep. He says, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
I mean, that's a good one. It's one of my favorites.
Solid.
It was like, why mess that one up? Excuse me, that's sweet. Keep it good.
I will counter your wisdom with the wisdom from Alex Goring. That's what I'll do. I'll give you an Alex Goring.
Ooh, I love this now.
Alex, if you're listening. No, this is the thing that Alex used to say. He would say, you can love somebody, and when you fall in love with somebody, you're mad over head over heels for them. You will do whatever it takes to make them happy. You will move mountains for that person. But eventually, over time, you become less and less willing to do so until eventually you get comfortable and it's an issue. But with hate on the other hand is very strong. You will always move mountains for somebody that you hate as long as you're moving the mountain directly on top of them.
I love it.
I think it's talking about a cycle here, right? Because think about darkness, whatever form that is, whether that's in your own head, whether that's in the society in which you exist. If you continue in the cycle, all you get out of that is darkness. A small, tiny candle can help light a much larger path to a glorious ending than darkness can. And love, much stronger than hate, obviously. Many examples where people, biblically turn the other cheek. And maybe they don't always get the good end of that, but other people see that happening, and that can go a long, long ways. And I think that's what MLK did. He showed love, and then he ended up, dying for that, for a cause he believed in. But that made waves in history.
Well, as we always do, as we always say,
life sucks and you die.
We love you.
Yeah, cycles for cowards. Let things end. It is the only way.